Don't ever let somebody tell you can't do something. You gotta dream. You gotta protect. You want something, go get it. Period.
What's up, guys? Jay Bandy here with the For the Love Podcast, episode 26. And I'm back with my 20-year friend, Eddie Derenzo.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen?
So I wanted to bring Eddie on because I wanted to get a little bit more in depth with him about our friendship, about his life, about where he's at, about what's going on in his head, and just kind of get to know the guy that everybody thinks they know, and why we've been friends for 20 years and why we sometimes weren't friends. So let's get into it, Eddie.
Yes.
What's going on?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I mean, tired, man. Very tired.
Somebody got a big birthday tomorrow?
I do, actually. I do. 35.
Getting old?
I am. How old are you?
36.
Oh, boy.
I'm an old man. I'm almost up 40.
Yeah, you're getting up there for sure.
That is true.
How do you feel?
It's just, I guess I just found out like about a month ago that I do have some type of form of fibromyalgia. So
Do you even know what that is?
it's just more stuff with the muscles and joints and your bones.
Yeah.
I don't fully know exactly how bad it is or exactly what it is.
Some people think it was made up and it's not real.
I don't know. What I do know is that I have severe tendonitis in my elbows and arthritis in my knees that affects me from day to day.
Where did you get that from?
I don't know if it's from playing sports. I don't know
Come
what it's
on.
from.
What? Playing sports in high school?
It could be, but arthritis could be a genetic thing.
Why? Did people in your family have it?
My grandpa has bad knees. My mother has bad knees. My mother's getting knee surgery.
Your mom?
Janet, good luck on August 11th.
You think you're going to have that at
I don't
some
know.
point?
Maybe at some type. I don't know if I'm bone to bone, but I might need at some point. Because I heard that knee surgery does do wonders.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't think any surgeries are very good, to be honest.
I mean, I don't want to.
If you can avoid them, I think that's the best thing to do. I mean, I'm a mess myself, injuries, things of that nature, and but I really don't want any of that. I don't want surgeries. I don't want medication. I prefer to deal with those things in my own way.
I agree. Like the point, like when you wake up in the morning, you want to feel 100%. I don't remember the last time I ever felt 100% waking up.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the mind?
I don't know if it's my mind. My mind's in a great place right now. It could just be my body. My mind could be working fine, but my body cannot be working fine.
I think sometimes people think their mind is working fine because it's something that they did for so long and it's a routine thing that they don't realize it's really not good for them and that they're not in the right mind state.
That I do understand. I mean, but like I said, you need both to work properly. Your body needs to work properly and your mind needs to work properly.
You're
to
right.
Get to that 100%.
There's a mind-body connection, but at the same time, I think that it's mainly starts with the mind. If your mind is... The body kind of just goes with whatever's going on with the mind. Mm-hmm. That's where the connection is. So the mind's really controlling the body.
Oh, the mind controls everything. Your mind controls everything.
So my point is if you're not in a happy place, even though you think you are, I don't think you are. You think you are. But if you're not, your body's going to go with the stress hormones and the drama and all that stuff, and it lives off that, and it becomes normal. Yeah. It becomes normal of a life routine. Oh, and you don't realize that, and you just keep going with it, and then your body almost craves it. This is scientifically proven.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you 100% on that.
So, I mean, and as long as I've known you, like all right. So for people that don't know, me and Eddie, we started. I've known him since about middle school. We started hanging out in high school,
freshman year.
So been really friends for over 20 years, kind of. And ups and downs with this kid. He's had a crazy life, done some crazy shit, and is still all over the place, to be honest. But in my opinion, he has grown. And he's starting to somewhat, but
some people don't really understand. Like your mind really does mature. Like I always thought I'd still act like a little kid. Like as I'm older, but when you get older, like there's nothing you can do. Your mind just matures, just grows.
100%. And that's why for me, like a lot of people that we're not still friends with and stuff like that, like I was just not clicking with. My mind was not on the same page with those people, and they didn't understand me, or they didn't want to, or they were in their own little worlds, or whatever it was, but it wasn't something that I wanted around me. So I had to weed out a lot of those people. I weeded you out at some points because you were a disaster.
I mean, people like say about positivity, negativity really does have a big effect on people's lives. Not many people realize that. Obviously, you say the more negative you are, the more negative things are going to happen to you. I'm a firm believer in that.
Oh my! Listen, that's what's changed my life is the realization of that, the enlightenment that comes with realizing that. And when you start to say, okay, like in reality, I'm really in control of myself. My environment is inside of me. It's not the outside. I don't care what's really going on outside of me. You have to be aware of it. Don't get me wrong, but you can't let it affect you to a certain extent. So you have to realize like your thought process, your routine, all these things. That is what's going to create your happiness. Life gives you the tools to happiness. It's the world gives that to you. It's around us. It's all free. And the problem is we're not taught that growing up. You have to be taught that by your family, your parents, because friends won't really teach you that, at least not until a certain point in life. And your teachers are not teaching that in school. So unless you really have a mentor instilled in your life from day one, you're not getting taught that stuff.
No, I agree, because I was one of those people that always like, poor me, I'm the victim. Like if something happens in my life, I would say God doesn't like me, God hates me. Like I would always blame other people. But like now I got older, I'm like, my life is where it was because of me. I created that life.
You're right.
No one else did. Like that's why.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's why I'm
firsthand.
Like it's kind of, I don't know if it's stupid to say, but like you literally write your own story, and you write the way you want to write it. That's how I feel now.
I've realized that. I mean, for me, I've kind of always had some crazy things going on in my life that were somewhat out of my control, but I had to make in my control.
Yeah.
Because it was the only way for me to survive it. So I realized, okay, like I'm not going to let other people do these things to me, and I'm not going to lay down. So my only choice is to fight back or show people that I'm not going to deal with that shit. Yeah. And to do that comes with a lot of obstacles that you have to go through, and a lot of negativity. And,
I mean, everyone's going to have multiple speed bumps in their life.
Oh God,
there's no one's life is going to go perfect how they want it. You're going to have to overcome something.
I've almost gotten to a point in life where I anticipate them. I realize that they're going to happen, and I'm almost one step ahead. And then when they're there, I don't let myself really get down, because I realize, okay, this is just a part of the process.
Yeah.
I have to get through this part, do things a specific way, because I believe the world wants you to do things specific ways. Yeah. Not get mad, not freak out, not let the stress overcome you. And it's not easy. And when you start to do those things, a lot of things start to fall in place. And when that started to happen for me, I think, honestly, I started seeing people around me kind of see the change in me and see like what was going on. And what I was realizing in life and how these things...
So you have a goal. You have a goal, and that's where mine is at.
Right. Now, I feel like this is partly why I started doing this, because I hope that I can motivate people.
Yeah.
To realize that having a mindset of being who you want to be and being honest with yourself about who you are, both positive and negative, knowing your flaws, and looking for those answers in life that were maybe bringing you down, or you didn't realize were bringing you down. And when you can do all that stuff, it can elevate you to a different level in life where, you can be confident and humble at the same time. And that is where success starts to fall in place.
It's also a place where people actually can vent. They can tell their problems and their stories and stuff like that. Here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They can. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a therapy session, but they can vent and let out some frustrations they have, and they can just get it out, and no one's going to judge them.
No, I think that...
that's also good.
I think that's what I wanted to bring to this, too. I wanted people to feel comfortable, and I think most people, when they do come or they do talk to me, they realize that there's no judgment here. I want all equality. I want people to feel comfortable with themselves, love each other, and just try to do the right thing and achieve their goals and happiness.
Yeah, because right now, if you look at it, that's where social media is heading, is towards people judging other people.
Everything's negative right now. There's so much negativity. So I was falling into that negativity just like everybody else, because it's, how do you not? That's what they want from us. So it's very easy to do it when everybody around you is doing it. And then you have to be really, really strong, and something has to come to you in life to make you say, whoa, slow down here. I'm not gonna let all this stuff get to me. I'm not gonna be negative. I'm not gonna be like all these people that I don't really like. And you have to really work hard every day to not fall into that trap.
See, people don't understand how easy our minds are controlled. Like, an example, say you're watching TV and you see that Burger King commercial. They put that hamburger on there. The hamburger looks like they made it from gold.
Yeah,
and then you start thinking, wow.
Like
no, but you're thinking, wow, that looks good right now. I think I want to go get one of those.
Marketing is everything.
Yeah, your mind is controlled. We can be controlled so easily, and that's what the world is doing.
Yeah, well, that's another thing I talked about with people today, even where, even with your health, you have to take everything into your own hands. And look what's even going on right now. Like, can you trust the CDC? Can you trust the NIH? Can you trust the WHO? All these things that we're supposed to be looking up to, saying these are the experts that are telling us this is all good for us and this is bad for us. We should listen to them. But in reality, are they telling us the truth? And marketing is everything, and money is everything in this, especially in government. So
if you think about it, there's not one. I mean, if you're Democrat, if you're Republican, they're both for themselves. There's really not one side that's all in for us.
Right.
I mean, as whatever.
It should be the independent.
Yes.
Should be the independent. And honestly, I would love to see a really good quality independent candidate. The problem is you can't get them backed financially because they are not doing the lobbying of agendas and shit.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like, some Democrats that have been in there for 40 years, they're just there to collect a paycheck. Yeah. They don't really care about helping us, fixing their district, doing any of that stuff. No. They're all about how much money they're making.
Yeah, you see every Democrat ran city is basically in shambles, and then they blame everybody else. That's what it's become, and that's what society's become, just blaming everybody, just like you used to.
Yeah, it's
Now, let me ask you this. Yeah. When did you start to, because here's how I look at you as a person. You know that I feel like your childhood was kind of like not what it was supposed to be. Yeah. Most people's aren't these days. And I think that what happens is we end up where that victim shit starts to creep in, is when we start to think that, oh man, why is it me? Like, why did I not have my dad around, or why did I not have my mom, there, or teach me this or that, do that. And you think that you're the abnormal kid that doesn't, get all these things, but in reality, there's a lot of people that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I always used to say like my life, but like it wasn't as bad as other people have it. Yeah. Well,
that's where you got to.
When you have a family, it's like everyone in the family has to come together to help each other out. Mm-hmm. So if one person drops the ball, you have somebody else picking up the slack. Yeah. I had my grandparents that I'm really close to, that they done a lot for me. They still do. I can always count on them. Like, if I need something, they'd be there in a heartbeat for me. So sometimes if something happened, they would pick up the slack and they would be there for me and give me what I need. Yeah. Certain things.
Now, I've seen it all. So I think that they've been a little too lax with you. Yeah. And who knows if maybe that's partly enabled you over time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain how your mind works sometimes. Like, some things a little more addicting than other, and I had some addictions.
What are your addictions?
Well, I mean,
what are they?
I'm gonna get to them, but like, when I was younger, gambling was a big addiction for me.
Why?
It was the rush, it was the thrill. Like, I would gamble knowing that I was gonna lose. and not care. Like, I didn't care who I gambled with, what I did. And like I said, I had a bad reputation with that, you know?
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Why? Why?
It's just...
What was your bad reputation from?
You know, if you would gamble, you owe somebody money.
You would gamble with not having the money.
Correct, of course. It was just like an addiction. It was like how people do certain type of drugs. That was my drug.
So let me ask you this question though. So like, so basically, you were just looking for the rush, but in reality, you don't have the money for this bet.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that.
And you're sitting there saying, I know I'm probably gonna lose, but you still do it.
Yeah, like I can't explain the thrill. Just watching two teams play and you have money on the game.
Was it mainly sports gambling?
Oh, 100% sports.
What about, didn't you work at the casino? Did you gamble out there?
The thing is, I was able to like gamble at the casino and not have an addiction with it. Yeah. But when it came to sports, that was my addiction.
What was the difference?
It was just more of a rush. Watching two teams play, fast pace, and just, like the spreads and all that kind of stuff.
What was the craziest sports shit you would bet on?
I mean, really just all normal sports. I mean,
I know people normally like football is big, obviously, boxing and stuff like that. But did you get into anything crazy like people doing dog betting?
No, I never went that crazy. No. Just sports. I
give me a crazy betting story.
Crazy betting story?
Yeah.
No, I just betting $1,000 a game. Like.
Yeah, and what would happen when these?
Like you'd win.
People would want their money.
Some bookies think, I don't know, they think they're mobsters. I don't know. But I get
his chain, he's the mobster. Look at this slick back.
I get where some people come from. If you make it's I know it's illegal, so it's like it's not like legal. So
it's not anymore, really.
You bet, and I'm saying it's like it's really the people that are taking the bets shouldn't be taking bets like that unless you know that person. So a lot of things change, I can't really explain it, but it's just...
I get what you're saying. You're trying to say, like, okay, if they don't know that you're good for the money, don't take the bet. Yeah. They should know better. But you're really just making an excuse.
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, I apologize to people out there that a couple people I've screwed over,
Yeah. Do you still bet?
No. If I was to put a bet in, it'd be for $50 and I'd put it online.
Yeah. But that's not too bad.
I can go play poker and be fine. But I lost a lot of money in my lifetime betting, and it's money that I could have done other things with. So, like I said, it's all different forms of diseases. There's drugs, there's all kinds of diseases. That was one of my diseases that I couldn't control. I had to really wake up and say, you're losing so much friggin' money.
See, I find these, when you say disease, I don't look at it as a disease because my opinion is that need for the adrenaline, which causes you to do the gambling, comes from some psychological thing that happened at some point in your life that causes you that need for that rush.
You're right.
You just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But that's where I sit there and I say, I don't think that, drugs is a disease, or I don't think that gambling is a disease or whatever, or addiction type thing. Because I think that's coming from something psychological. So in reality, the psychological aspect is a disease.
I don't think there's really much studies out there that says why people do that kind of things for like a rush and a quick high.
I think it's usually a experience in their childhood or something like that triggered something.
It could have made me feel better. It could have made me feel like something more than I was. It could have made me feel on top of the world. I don't know. I don't.
Were you depressed at the time?
Oh, very depressed. Yeah. I've been severely depressed for a long, long time in my life.
Why?
Something you can't control. That's what I was told by a therapist. Mm-hmm. It's when you're depressed, you can be depressed and not even know you're depressed. I can be sitting here smiling and happy, but I can be depressed.
I believe that.
So it's like,
that's because most depressed people are living in the subconscious.
Yeah.
You have to understand the whole word conscious means alive. It means understanding. It means aware. And when you're subconscious, you're just kind of in the background, just floating around, and you're not really fully conscious, and you're just going through the motions.
I mean, depression is a very severe thing. I mean, people who are depressed, I really think they should really go talk to somebody. Like, it doesn't hurt to talk to somebody because...
When did you realize that?
I realized that about a year ago, but like it doesn't hurt to talk to somebody that's going to listen to you and not judge you for how you feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out there, I know a lot of people out there are depressed that don't want to come forward and say they're depressed, and things happen, but it's a severe thing, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably, you want to talk about an epidemic. Mm-hmm. Depression is probably a huge epidemic. Now, what causes the depression is a wide range of things, and that is where it comes into society and how we treat each other and how we act, because we are people that are very much so living in the moment. So like we live off of emotion in the moment often.
Yeah.
So like, for example, you're dealing with a stress, or it's a very busy day, and now you have your girlfriend, your kids, whatever, and you're just really not all there because you're stressed out, you're living in the subconscious, and you're kind of just either being rude to your family or you're ignoring them or whatever it is. These things happen.
I agree 100%. I'm not saying I know numbers and statistics like that, but my opinion that there's more depression, suicides than from this pandemic of people dying.
Oh yeah, I believe
there's 100% more. So depression is probably more of a
well,
pandemic.
they're taking away everything that people normally do, the normal. That's why they say the new normal. Like no, this is not normal. You're causing mental illness, and I thought forever you were so against it, and you wanted to help it. So, and they know this. This is why I have no trust in any of this stuff going on. But anyways,
I agree.
Yeah, I do think that depression is very, very prominent.
I know
in life.
they didn't want to say the numbers in the media, but look how many people probably killed themselves because of the pandemic, of being depressed during the pandemic.
Yeah, I agree.
That had
the
has
uncertainty
to be a factor.
and there's a doctor that has said that uncertainty in the mind is one of the most dangerous things, because you don't know, and when you don't know, it just causes constant either fear or negative emotion. And that just keeps running around until you get that answer. And that shit is not good.
You got to be strong. Like, I know there's some people out there that don't like the president. I totally understand and respect their opinions. But, like, look what that guy has to go through day in, day out. At his age.
Oh, I can't
not even
believe
politician.
it,
all the stuff that is against him.
I know.
And he's still trying. He's still there.
And you got people that can't even get over somebody not liking a photo of theirs on Facebook. But you got this guy running a country, and everybody's saying, like, lying about him and trying to make him look like he's the worst person in the world. Yeah. And let me tell you something. To be that strong, to do that is somebody you should want running your country. You know what I mean? Because if they can bear that,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
The only people would have gave up.
And my God,
this dude, he was billions of dollars. You could say he had bankruptcy. The guy had money. He left that to go try to run the country.
Well, that's why, like, I saw today. Well, they're trying to get his tax returns, and somebody was like, basically saying we don't need to see a billionaire's tax returns that went from being a billionaire to a public servant. We need to see the tax returns of the people that became millionaires and billionaires while being a public servant.
I mean, they say that, but why can't we see Clinton's emails? I mean, why can't we see those?
We will, I think.
I'd rather see those than I see tax returns.
Listen, I just saw some crazy stuff like Adam Schiff
I just heard
stuff.
that Oprah's house got raided? Mm-hmm. Is that true?
I heard that. I heard that she was on house arrest, and there's a lot of people that predicted that her show would get canceled, Ellen's show would get canceled, Jimmy Kimmel's show would get canceled, and that happened. And the rumor is that they're all on house arrest, and they're using COVID as a background for it. I mean, but they're all part of this, elite cabal, child trafficking, satanic cult shit.
I mean, I think Mel Gibson just came out and said stuff.
Yeah, he said stuff. Roseanne said stuff. A lot of people are coming out now starting to say it, and I think you're going to see more, because I think that people are starting to say, oh, shit, look what's going on, especially with this chick that just got arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not sit there and say, all right, things are actually happening that people were saying were happening, that were so-called conspiracies, and now they're reality. How do you not think that these things?
Just
happen?
look at these like celebrities. Like like I don't know if this how true this is, but like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, they have an open marriage, and she has a younger boyfriend.
Well, I hear Will Smith is a part of the whole.
Oh yeah, so just look how
Illuminati.
like, these people have all this money, but look at
he was on Epstein's flight logs.
Yeah, look how messed up these people are. Like they're not.
They're these people. You have to understand. Like we look up to them, but they are literally they live and thrive off of attention and fakeness.
Yeah.
Their jobs are really literally to be somebody that are not for the most part.
I posted a video that it was supposed to be it was an opening to a tunnel for the Illuminati.
Really?
And they had a parade. They had demonic creatures. Yeah, it was like you have to see the video I posted.
Really?
It was like in the tunnel they opened up, but it was for the Illuminati. All this crazy things.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy things.
I think that you kind of have to have faith in something and start to live a positive life to get through these things, and think that the future is going to be okay because. Mm-hmm. When you start to fall into this whole, and listen, I do it too because I defend a lot of stuff, but more so I just want people to see the logic and open their eyes. But,
we get more backlash than we get good probably with certain things. I mean, people on Facebook.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, of course, you're going to get that regardless. Everybody's divided right now, which is fine. I get it. But we need to understand that we're really not the enemies of each other. But that's what they want us to be. We need to. Everybody's so like even with the whole police reform thing. I get upset because I'm like, do these people understand that the cops are not the ones making these laws? Yeah. The cops are not the ones putting people in jail. We are just enforcing the laws that are made by the politicians, and then the judges and all these people have the final say of what happens.
Yeah. People say they don't want cops. They don't want cops. Just ask yourself one question: if there was no cops in any single town ever anywhere, what do you think would happen? Would you be safe?
Right.
You would not be safe.
I think what's happening here too is that people are there's a lot of fakeness going around with this whole racial divide thing because. There's people that are jumping on the bandwagon of either BLM or saying that they want to defund the police or whatever it is, just so that they don't have to deal with the backlash of the left or whoever, and their houses or properties don't get ruined or they don't get accosted by a mob.
There's a guy that's on Fox News. He's a black guy. Older black guy. I forgot his name. He's like his job is like historical black things, and he said like the BLM is completely wrong, and they don't know any of the facts. I gotta get his name.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. Of course they don't. That's been already, proven around the block a couple times.
Yeah, even if you look at even Terry Crews is coming out. Insane.
Well, and that's the problem now is that you got a lot of people that just want to run on emotion, and that's what we talked about earlier. Is that this is the problem in society and in life. All of our problems are really because of us, because we're running off of emotion, and then the people that want us to run off of emotion are laughing at us and using it to their advantage, and then we're arguing with each other, and they're just doing whatever they need to do to stay in control and stay with the greed and the whatever else they're doing.
100%. I'm sure there is racist people in this country. I believe that.
I don't see it often, to be honest.
But there's racist.
And I do believe it exists. Let's be realistic. Yeah. I've seen it at work and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I have never seen it like in my personal life around where just going around.
I'll tell you a story. When I was living in Jacksonville, Florida. It's not. There's a majority of African Americans there. I was selling Comcast cable door to door, and I was in a very, very nice upscale African American street.
Yeah.
And it was really nice houses. I knocked on the door. An older black gentleman came out like fist of fury. He said, "You get the F off my property. I don't like white people here." He called me a cracker. He called me every name in the book. And I was very nice to the guy. And the one thing I said to the guy was, "Hey, God bless, have a good day." And he said to me, he goes, your God's white, my God's not white." The guy literally, I've never dealt with anything like that in my life, so I didn't know what to do. But he definitely was racist against white people. He definitely said every name in the book. And it it was a crazy experience. I never dealt with it, so I'm sure there's people out there that have dealt with things like that.
Oh,
on the
absolutely.
opposite end, you know,
Absolutely.
So I
don't think it's right in any manner. No. I think that anybody that's judging people for the look of them is you're never gonna get the outcome that you think. You're never gonna get positive outcomes.
I mean, honestly, we're all born the same way.
That's what I say. We're all made up of the same things.
Same things.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's funny because I talk to people and I'm like, you know, the theory of why we have different races. Yeah. And my theory was, and I think that this is one of the theories that people talk about, but I'm a big believer that the environment and all these things can change the human body. Like, think about it. When you go on vacation, your body kind of has to adapt to changes and all these things. So the world has a powerful effect on the body. But anyways, I think that obviously there had to be whatever the story of how the first people in the world were created, because there's multiple different stories. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people say that the first ever people in the world were African American. Yeah. And they were created by aliens. I've heard that more. And the reason why is because they had the most pure DNA. Yes. That's the rumor. So there's a lot of theories of what it is. But anyways, my theory of why we have different races is that wherever this first race happened, and then we started multiplying human beings, reproducing, and then they started migrating to different areas in the world. Wherever they went to in that world, it modified the look of their body.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And probably because it was so new, the world was so new to human beings, that this is what it had the effect of. Yeah. Now, I don't know over time what that has done to change, because if that was the theory, then obviously you would think, like, if you went to China and started living in China for 20 years, would you turn looking Chinese? No. You'd still look your same
your
way.
accent will change.
Yes, certain things of you will change, but your looks won't. So something along the lines, I think, happened to where it ceased that. But I think that's how we got different races, because different areas of the world, the sun shines differently. There's different melanin.
See, that's what we should be concentrating on, learning about how we became existent. Like, not worrying about stupid little
we get fed bullshit. We get fed stuff that isn't true. And now the reason why we're in this mess of a world is because there's so much information out there that people are starting to debunk and say, this doesn't make sense. How is this possible? And so on and so forth. So there's a lot of, and we're in this world's a mess because we're not taught anything that is beneficial to the mind, the body, and progressing in life.
And just think about how the world's going to change. If Elon Musk really could find a way to put civilization on Mars,
I just wonder why.
I don't know, but just think about that.
I just wonder why. I don't understand why a lot of these rich people are so fascinated with going into space and wanting a new place to live in space, because
he obviously would make some type of money.
No shit, but I feel like there's a reason behind all this, and what do they know something that we don't know? They're the most powerful people in the world, the most money. They see what's going on right now. Is this world going to end? Is this world as we know it going to end?
No, you're right, yeah.
And then they want to start a new world somewhere?
That is true. That could be that. Because, it's something they've been talking about, like, legit, like, they think could happen. Yeah. On stuff. So, I don't know. I
think what can happen?
Have people living on Mars.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and it's a great possibility. I think someday that's definitely possible. I just am wondering what the reasoning behind everything is, and I don't trust a lot of what's going on. A lot of these rich, buku rich people, and even Elon Musk, he seems to be kind of
out there.
He's out there, no doubt, but against the grain, like not with the normal billionaires. Yeah. And I forget how he made his money. I know he invented PayPal, I think.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
So I know he made a lot of money off of that, but some other things
now too. He's in the solar industry too.
Yeah.
Tesla.
Yeah. And he has some other he has a ton of companies. But it's just, these people are buku powerful and buku rich, but I just don't I don't know if I trust any of them.
No, I mean, like I said, it could be just for them to be living on. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna charge you tons of money to even fly out there?
Yeah.
On a spaceship, like God only knows.
You talked about solar, which is what is Elon Musk doing with solar?
He does. He bought Solar City when I worked for them from his cousin. I don't know how.
His cousin owned that.
Owned it. Yep.
Really?
He bought it for him, but he ended up actually firing 4,000 people.
Who, Elon Musk did?
Yeah, he didn't want door-to-door sales rep. He wanted to be more like luxury.
Did you get fired from it?
Yeah. Well, we all lost our jobs.
They couldn't give you a different position?
Nope. You had to reapply with. It was a whole business. You had to need a college degree. There was a whole bunch of different stipulations. Yeah.
What a mess.
But he does solar. He does the solar shingles, and there's no really.
Those are interesting. I kind of like
They're interesting.
those.
They're very expensive, but you just don't know. It's new technology. You don't know how it's going to last. They're smaller solar panels, very very easy to break. You might get. And I heard they don't do your whole roof. It's just a section of your roof.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it look kind of odd, but I mean they're not as good as SunPower. That's why I have a contract with SunPower. I mean they're just the top of the line solar company. They're owned by Total.
By who?
Total. It's like an oil manufacturer or something. They're owned by them. They manufacture their own panels. They're the best panels out there. So
how did you get into solar?
Because I was doing cable door to door, and
I get so mad. I get so mad at Eddie.
Why?
Door to door bullshit.
I mean,
I get mad at him because I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This is not the 1950s going door to door.
But
nobody wants you coming knocking on that fucking
fine,
door.
But the door to door, the money you make is unlimited. I mean,
No, it's not. You got to utilize social media, bro. You can make tons
of course you
more.
can do social media, but I mean, there's no cap to what I make. Somebody goes to a job, you're going to make $60,000 a year. You can never make any more.
I get what you're saying on a salesman job.
Yeah.
Yes, the harder you work, the more you put into it, the more you can make.
Like I said, I have no problem doing it because I like talking to people and I know how to do it. But the point, everyone in Connecticut should have solar.
Why?
Because the utility company is not your friend; they're your enemy.
It sounds like a commercial.
25 years. For the past 25 years, the utility company has never once went down. They've always went up, and they're going to continue to rise.
That's like taxes.
In about 10
else,
years, your utility rate per kilowatt is going to be over 40 cents a kilowatt. Just imagine your bill is going to double. So what they do, there's two portions of an electric bill. There's a supply, and there's a generation. So the generation actually is not bad. Like, they don't charge you that much. I mean, it's what the energy you use. The supply is where they get you. Because now they're supplying energy from Canada. They got to deliver the energy from Canada to the United States.
That's UI? That's what they're doing?
Even Eversource, too.
Yeah.
Both utility companies.
Yeah.
So they double charge you to get the energy to your home.
Yeah.
So the analogy I use to people is, it's like ordering a pizza. You buy a pizza for $20, okay? Now the pizza company is going to deliver it to your home, and they're going to charge you $40. Would you ever do that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. And that's what the utility company is doing to people.
But we're structured out to believe it's normal because we don't know any better.
Exactly.
We don't know behind the scenes of the businesses and how much it costs them and things like that.
Exactly.
So when you're told your whole life you have to have this is your only option, and then it's almost like a monopoly.
Yeah.
You just pay it and you think it's normal.
And no one even looks at the utility bill. There's so many charges that they're charging you that you don't even understand. There's a million charges. So when you get solar, now the big sun in the sky is where you're getting your energy. And that's free energy in the sky that goes right into the panels, that goes through the conduit, that goes right into your meter, that goes into your home. So there's no more supplying energy from Canada to your home. So you cut that right out. And that's what people don't understand. They don't get it because they're so used to paying a utility bill for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
You pay electric to the day you die. So when you go solar, after 20 years, you no longer have a utility bill.
Yeah.
You're fully paid off. You got free electric. Yeah. That's all your electric, nothing to worry about.
I do think it's a good deal if you purchase the panels.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, I did them. But because if you can never pay them off, like Eddie said, you have no electric bill.
Yeah,
you'll still pay maybe $20 a month.
You got an asset on your roof.
It's
like your price value goes up in the house. if you go to Berkeley Labs, there's Berkeley Lab studies that they show how much the value of solar panels does to the property of your house. It goes up. You sell your home faster because once you sell your home, the person moving in has no electric bill because they're paid off.
Yeah, that is
so
a good thing.
There's a bunch of benefits, but like, you know, it's clean energy. You don't know how much dirty oil we're using and how much disgusting the energy is. This is all clean, renewable energy. Into your
Green.
home.
Is it green, Ed?
Green energy.
Do you support the green plan or the new Green Deal or what?
I mean, like I said, it's the way to go, and you can find me on Facebook if you're interested. I get your free consultation.
I'm giving them a plug right now.
Get your free
for his
quote.
Business.
You know, I mean, we can pay off 3 to 6 months of your bill on us. You know, hook you guys up.
Is it usually no money down?
If anybody asks you for money, then they're ripping you off. There's never money down. There's no money down.
That's a good deal.
All you do is sit on your couch, eat your Cheetos and Doritos, and we come there and we do everything for you. That's all we do.
Cheetos and Doritos.
But like I said, it's like pretty soon, like in New York and Massachusetts, new construction has to go solar. You have to new construction, no matter what.
What do you mean?
It's a law.
Why?
It's a law.
No.
Yeah. No, new construction.
Who would put that law into effect? I don't think. I don't think politicians would do that.
I don't know. I don't know.
They're
exactly
not gonna. Politicians are in cahoots with the electric companies and all these things. They're not gonna.
But I know for a fact. I know for 100% fact. And if you go to Massachusetts and you're building something, you have to put solar on it.
I don't believe
And pretty
that.
soon Connecticut's gonna be like that.
I think
too.
he's wrong.
Google it. It's right. No, it's right. I know for a fact it's right.
Now, do you think this is what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, solar?
If solar goes until the day I retire, yeah. I mean, it might change in the industry, but yeah.
What are your plans with it? I mean,
keep growing. You can grow. I'm growing to every single state that can do solar.
what states are you in right now?
We're in.
Be real. Don't fucking lie to me either.
No, I have contracts in every state. I mean, I can go to Florida. I can go to New York.
Yeah, so you have the ability, but
Yeah.
are you really? You're not really working out of multiple states.
No, but
right now.
this winter I'll be in Tampa, Florida, starting.
You better start busting your ass.
Yeah.
I'm getting pissed with you not doing it.
No, I'm busting my ass. So I mean, definitely I'll be in Tampa this winter. You know, doing solar out there.
What, you're gonna go down there?
Yeah, growing out there.
Didn't tell me that.
Yeah, we're gonna start growing everywhere. You know, because
who are you doing this with?
well, the contract I have is with Ascend Solar. Steve Brown. He's a very, very good. He knows his stuff. The information about solar. Steve Brown. He knows his stuff. So he has a company called Ascend Solar. So he gives me my contract, and my contract's with SunPower. They're the company that does the installs. They do the monitoring. They do everything. They guarantee everything.
Okay.
So
now,
yeah.
Besides solar, what else do you want to do?
I mean, my marketing company is called Reasonable Solutions. So I get products that have a reasonable solution, a solution to things. Like I might get into water filters.
Yeah,
and that's another problem. I'm not going to get into it today, but if you do a lot of research on some type of some waters are not good for you. Some of these generic water brands, they put a lot of chemicals in those waters, and not good for you.
Yeah, I do believe that. I think that even the water you shower in, the tap water, all these things are contaminated.
Like I don't think people understand. If you live in East Haven, and if you get a cup or a bucket of water and pour it in a bucket of water, you're going to see a cloud of smoke in that water from the city water.
Yeah, who knows what it is.
Doing damage on your skin. And honestly, like these water filters you put through your house where you shower, you're going to age better.
Yeah, I do believe that.
It's going to cure a lot of problems.
I do believe that. That's your next venture?
That's a venture I'm getting into, you know. Like I said, any product where it's going to help somebody out and give them a better solution, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Better solution, a reasonable solution.
That's my company, Reasonable Solution. That's why I named it that.
Eddie Derenzo, Reasonable Solutions. We'll check him out with that. But if you weren't doing any of this, what's your dream job?
Honestly, I actually had that conversation 2 weeks ago with my therapist. She actually thinks I'd be a phenomenal lawyer.
Really?
I'm dead serious. She says you'd be a great lawyer. You'd be great in politics.
I disagree with both.
No, but
of
like
those
I don't know.
things.
Like if honestly, if I didn't have to go to school for all those time, take all these tests, I would 100% be a lawyer, or I'd be a detective solving crimes.
Oh yeah? Why?
I don't know.
Why do you think you could be?
I watch a lot of the murder shows, and like just knowing you're helping families and solving crimes like murders, that's amazing. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
if you're a big time I'll tell you right now, in cities it's not really like that.
Yeah.
What TV shows look like? Maybe you'll get a good really good murder down in a rural town or some shit like that. But in cities you're just really dealing with like look at Chicago, all the murders out there. It's just gang violence.
Yeah,
so
but like
it's
the whole thing of
shootings.
like finding like the kind of like clues, like like the blood stain, like and like interrogating like people like that'd be cool. So either of those two, I'd definitely be into.
So you don't ever think about wanting to do this stuff? Like that's what's weird to me. That's the difference between me and somebody like you. Like
No.
I want to do something. My mind won't let me not do it. I have to go figure it out. I have to try
Yeah,
it.
but I enjoy what I do now. Like I enjoy helping people, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm helping people save money. People that you'd be surprised how many people's electric gets shut off. How if you look at their bill and they owe like $4,000 to the utility company, not everyone can afford the expensive electric. Think about in Connecticut as it is. 2 bedrooms, $1,300 in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay cable. Like not people don't make that much money around here sometimes.
Oh, this state drains you.
I mean, if you make
$400,
$500 a week, it's hard to survive. So a lot of people can't pay their electric. So if you can help them out and save money,
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do.
that makes you feel good about yourself.
It does.
Oh, good job, Eddie.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
So now, what's your future plans? What's the love life looking like? How you feeling?
I mean, just doing me, just out there doing me.
That's a great answer. As you can tell, Eddie's not too fond to talk about his love life.
Just trying to start support my kids more. Be there for my kids and stuff like that. I mean, grow them to being better than I am.
What does that mean?
Just being more successful, is doing better in school. Just certain things.
Are these all things you have regrets in?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone wants to look back at their lives and I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. But of course, how I was I always played off that I'm that goofy idiot, but I'm actually very intelligent.
Oh, really?
No, I have.
How so?
I have an IQ of around 130, 140.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I've done tests.
Where?
I mean, you do online and stuff like that. No, but I've done some certain tests. It was just always cool in high school playing off of that role of being stupid.
That's what it was, and it was all an act.
All an act.
I don't believe it.
But no, how I was is I would do things before I thought about it. That's how I was.
Living off of emotion. But did you do it for attention?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Why?
Just to be the funny guy, Just
why? Why do you think you wanted the attention?
Just be the center of attention. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
I think I know why.
Why is that?
What do you think?
I don't know.
No? Probably because you didn't get that much at home.
Could have been that, It could have been that, but just being the center of attention, causing chaos,
Well, I think that it's because, listen, when I have to go to schools a lot of times and see these kids act out and this and that. And then you have to sit there and kind of get the backstory of what's going on. And they'll be young or whatever. And I mean, what's the home life like? That's usually why they're acting out at school or acting a certain way or this or that or whatever. Most
100%.
likely.
Yeah, kids' minds are delicate, You got to groom them a proper way to see them succeed, If they're seeing chaos at home, they're going to bring that chaos to
100%.
school.
That's learned behavior. Learned behavior.
No, exactly. And a lot of people don't understand that. People just think it's okay to
I think that when you get to be an adult, a lot of people don't have answers as to why their life is a certain way or why they are a certain way or why things are going a certain way in life. And they're constantly looking for that, and that drains you. That causes depression. That causes exhaustion. All these things, disease, negativity. And it's very hard to kind of fall out of that and get out of that. So, basically, as an adult, you can really fall down into a deep hole and not realize it. And it can happen quickly and easily because you never find those answers.
No, I agree 100% with that.
You know what I mean? So it's funny because, I don't know. I think that I feel that my enlightenment kind of brought you enlightenment because obviously you're one of the closest people, in our lives as being friends for 20 years. So when you see your friend kind of change his mindset or change whatever's going on with him to be better. Yeah. In the beginning, you didn't take it that well.
No, I don't take criticism very well.
Well, I think in the beginning, you didn't take criticism well. And I think that I think that most negative people don't like to see other people happy or positive.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I was very negative.
So in the beginning, I'll be honest. In the beginning, you pissed me off a lot of times because I was on this road to like happiness in life and whatnot, and you weren't there. You couldn't understand it.
Yeah. Now I realize I can do the same thing as you if I put my mind to it.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely. A lot of things have changed when it comes to that kind of mindset and stuff. Seeing you grow helps me want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be stuck in back. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able.
Well, that's the thing, and like it's hard because when you're friends with somebody for this long, and I see you not progressing, and that's when like I look at it and I'm like, I really don't ever not want to be friends with Eddie, but he has to stay on that level with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to stay up there with me, bro, because otherwise it's not gonna go well. Because as you get older, you either progress or people are gonna separate. That's how life works.
I agree 100%.
So, and it's good because I want to be that motivation to you or to other people, like, and not that I'm like the best thing in the world, because I don't think I am, but I do think I found a certain type. I found a certain type of confidence that comes with happiness. Yeah. And when you can do that, things start to fall in place. And for the most part, when you can give the world your goals and dreams and aspirations and just let them run with it, these things start to fall into place. So now, when you get to that point in life, you know, it's just a crazy experience.
Can we get comments on this or no?
What do you mean?
I'm curious to know how many people out there listening actually have a friend for over 20 years.
It is hard. It is tough.
I want to see how rare it is. I'm curious.
Yeah, tell us. I mean, how many people? Because I'll tell you, I think that it's normal in life to lose friends over time, especially as you get older.
Look on Facebook now. People drop friends for if they like they're Democrat, Republican. Yeah, look how people are dropping friends. Yeah, dropping like flies now. So I'm really curious to see who's out there sticking together through the hard times.
Yeah, I mean, me and Eddie, there's been times where we've had it out where we've stopped being friends for a little while or whatever. Yeah, we fight all the time, but like the difference is like we're always straight up, honest and real with each other. So like there's no bullshitting behind each other's back. There's no lying and or
not
anything.
To get all emotional, but like I don't consider you a friend. I consider you a brother.
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like we're blood.
Yeah, for the most part.
Like, I mean, we're family now.
Yeah, when you're around somebody that long, it's hard to not have them in your life. But like, that's where I think like sometimes you think I come down hard on you because I am a tough love person. But at the end of the day, I want you to realize that you are holding yourself back. You can get whatever the hell you want in life. Oh yeah. And you come to me all the time with these ideas and this and that and whatever. And it's some of them are decent and you can actually do something with, but you just don't implement. And that's most people's problem in life. And I try to show you like, look, I'm implementing. I'm letting go of the fear of not implementing. Yeah. And failing and saying, okay, I'm going to embrace failure and learn from it and know that the only way to succeed is to try.
Like lately, I've been really thinking like I really want to start my own wine brand, like something that I'm into and like I want to like get into.
Wine brand?
Yeah, like my own brand of wine.
Okay, something. It's interesting.
Yeah, like my own name, like create my own bottles.
Oh, you're very Italian looking, so you should do something like that.
I know.
You should make it like a Jersey Shore type wine thing.
You might sue me.
Yeah. But very Guido. Definitely got to be very Guido.
Yeah, I have certain ideas of different wine bottles. Like I think have a more classy luxury wine bottles. You know.
What do you mean?
I want to get my ideas out there. For instance, like you see like the Dan Aykroyd liquor skull. You see like the baseball bat with liquor in it. Like, I wanted to create like maybe the Leaning Tower of Pisa as a wine bottle.
Ooh.
You know, something where people can buy it and still keep the bottle in their home. Maybe refill it.
You like that? You like stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's something cool. But like my own name, my own brand.
Would if you were in a liquor store and you were just going in there for wine and you saw regular wine bottles and then you saw this wine bottle with a crazy...
I would buy 100%.
You would?
Yeah, 100%. I do that now. I look at the label. I'm like, the label. This label looks cool. Maybe I'll buy it.
So it's all about the marketing.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, obviously people like it more sweet. They like it like more all different types. But like, the label really does pull you in.
Absolutely. It's very important. You gotta get your product in people's faces, and you gotta draw them in.
I mean, if you go into a wine liquor store and you see a bottle, it looks like Oriental or Pisa, you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? Like, and it goes, oh, this is Merlot. Like, what? Merlot's in there? I gotta buy this.
Oh shit! Why don't you try to do it?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to. I'm patenting that, by the way. Somebody out there trying to steal my idea. That's getting patented.
I'll help you.
Maybe if I get some money, I can get a vineyard and make my own wine.
A vineyard? Holy shit, Ed!
Hey,
that's pretty big money.
I'm not
right
saying
there.
in the future. This is some things I'm interested in into. You know.
Wow. All right. Well,
I've been more into wine lately, trying all different types of wine and stuff like that.
Really? Have you?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me this.
I don't tell you everything.
Oh shit!
Do I have to tell you when I clean my ass?
Oh shit! No, because you stink half the time.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Oh.
No, but like I said, there's like you're trying to create your brand. I'm trying to create things. You know.
I get it. Listen, I'm proud of you. I like to see your drive and trying to do things, and I hope that you implement more and have the faith in yourself and let go of the fear, but understand that the only shit that gets you there is hard ass work.
I agree.
And confidence in yourself and putting more effort into the things that you want rather than the things that don't matter as much. Not
to change the stuff. No, we should really do. We should have like a live video. People can ask us questions. A Q&A.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a Zoom, like a Zoom.
Or like we do a Facebook Live where people can go on our live and ask us all kinds of questions.
Yeah, I also was thinking about maybe doing like a Zoom where you could get a lot of people on a Zoom session. Yeah. Send out the link. Yeah. And but they can't really talk on it, but they can send in questions and stuff like that. Yeah. Or we can let them talk, whatever. But yeah, I want to explore different things, so we'll see what happens.
How long can you do a Facebook Live for before it shuts off?
That I don't know. Probably pretty long.
Pretty long. So we can start that way. Do a Facebook Live. People can go on and ask us questions.
Oh, we'll see. What 20-year friend episodes?
Well, you know what I'm saying. We could just do it once a week. People have any question they want to ask us, we can try to answer it. We can try to.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of ideas for this show that I think is gonna come in the future.
It could be For the Love Q&A.
Oh shit! Look at Eddie creating some content there. Okay. There well, listen, Ed, it was great having you.
No, it was great.
As a 20-year friend, I'm gonna bring Eddie on every once in a while. He's definitely a one of a kind. Everybody who knows him knows that. But I want people to kind of understand what's going on with him and who he really is and why our friendship has lasted for 20 years because, at the end of the day, I don't get along with Eddie all the time, and I also don't condone a lot of his lifestyle choices.
Very true.
And, but I keep it real with him, and he keeps it real with me, and for the most part, that's what keeps our bond. But we have to have boundaries.
Yeah, as long as we bring positivity to each other's lives.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, he stresses me the fuck out a lot, but that's
I talk a lot.
He's just a very drama-filled man. That's all I'll say. But quite the character, as everybody knows. Eddie, thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
Episode 26, For the Love. You guys know where to find us. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Don't ever let somebody tell you can't do something. You gotta dream. You gotta protect it. You want something, go get it. Period.